Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Sorry for the umbrella. I'm out visiting my father. It's the end of the Jewish holidays, and I thought this would be a good time to come down to Eternal Light, which is the place that we laid him to rest. And I thought that this would be a good opportunity for me to share a few things with you. Somebody who's been following me online had asked me an interesting question, and I wanted to share it with you. And the question was, why do I do what I do? Why do I have a law practice that helps people with substance abuse and mental health issues, right? Kind of a strange thing for a lawyer really to focus on. So let me just tell you a little bit about what I was thinking. So look, I'm 50 years old, and frankly it took me 50 years to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think there are two constants that I think apply to just about everybody on the planet. Number one, you have to get out of bed every morning with a purpose. And I don't care what that purpose is. I don't care if it's, to make lots of money. I don't care if it's to be a tennis player or a soccer player or a teacher or a firefighter or a policeman or whatever it happens to be. You got to have some purpose in life, because I am telling you, if you don't have a purpose and a reason to get out of bed in the morning, you're going to be absolutely miserable. I mean, that is a dead certainty. The second thing I think I know to be true is that the universe puts us in the right place at the right time with the right people in our life if we just listen, right? Sometimes you just got to shut your mouth and silence your brain and your mind and your soul and just listen and just take the hints that the universe is trying to give you. So I wanted to share that with you because for a long time I was not happy, right? I was really fortunate out of law school. I got a great job. I worked for the state attorney's office in Palm Beach County, and I got an opportunity to intern for them in 1993. Really, frankly, I'd say it was by luck, but it wasn't by luck. I was supposed to work for a big PI law firm over the summer of 1993, and after the first week I got fired. And my internship that was supposed to start in September with the Palm Beach County State Attorney's Office started in the summer. So I ended up interning with the State Attorney's Office from June of 93 to January of 94. So I got 6 months, got a bunch of trial experience. But I'll tell you, I was really burned out after my second year of law school. And I knew 5 minutes into my first trial that was what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be not just in the courtroom, but helping people, right? So, it was the only job I applied for. It was the only job I interviewed for. It was the only resume I submitted. So thank goodness they hired me, or I don't know what I would have been doing. So for 5 years plus, I got an opportunity to go to work every day and help people. And I will tell you, I would have done that job for nothing, because it was really a very fulfilling way to be a lawyer. And also, I got to work with some great people, and the camaraderie in the office was great. And I was also very fortunate to work for a great state attorney in Barry Krischer. So I'm, totally grateful to Barry and everybody else that I got an opportunity to work for. But then I left, and I think that was probably a mistake in hindsight. And for a long time, I hated being a lawyer. I was miserable. I went through a divorce. I took a year off. I went back into practice. I took 3 more years off. And I'll tell you, I really did everything I could not to be a lawyer, because frankly, I had lost that feeling that I had when I was prosecutor. I lost that feeling, that purpose. And then I got an opportunity after coming back to Florida when my dad got sick about 3 years ago, and I got a chance to work for a company that teaches lawyers the business side of the practice, which is something they don't teach us in law school. So a big part of that is really personal growth, right? I think their underlying philosophy was, financial growth has to be preceded by personal growth. And to be honest with you, when I first heard that, I thought it was not. I wasn't sure if I really believed all that stuff, but I'll tell you, it's true. You gotta get your mind right? You gotta start listening to the universe and figuring out what you're supposed to be doing, whatever that has to be. And I realized after a year there, after being a lawyer for 22 years at the time, that it was time to open up my own firm. And hold on one second, let me put my umbrella down. Okay, there we go, that's better. It's finally stopped raining. And I realized it was time to do my own thing. And the founder of the company said, "Hey, what do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, I've always done criminal work. I'm probably going to go back to doing that." Because I'd done criminal defense work for many years, and I'd enjoyed that. I can't say it was the most fulfilling thing I ever did, but it was interesting. And he said, "Well, is there anything else that really, might motivate you. And I said, well, you know, I know this sounds funny, but I've noticed throughout my life, especially, you know, probably for the last 5 or 6 years, that I was surrounded by people who are in recovery. And he said, well, then why don't you build a business helping those kinds of people? And I said, well, can I do that? And he said, I don't know, you're a lawyer, figure it out. So, you know, that sort of was the beginning for me. I went online, read about the Marchman Act, and took my experience from having spent many, many years in the criminal justice system and parlayed that to helping people who are dealing with substance abuse and who are dealing with mental health issues. And I will tell you that most of the people who are in our criminal system are dealing with those issues. So I have to tell you, the last 2 years I've been building my business around helping those people, and I've gotten back that feeling, that passion, that reason to get out of bed every single morning. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you, because if you're not happy, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, if you don't have a reason to get out of bed in the morning, I don't care how much money you make, okay? You won't be happy. And for people who say, well, money's the root of all evil, I don't believe that either, okay? Money doesn't make you happy or unhappy. What makes you happy or unhappy is not having a purpose or having a purpose. That's it. So I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to let people know that's why I do what I do, because it's given me a reason to get out of bed in the morning. It gives me purpose, it gives me drive, it gives me energy. Tonight I'm going to a dinner. I was invited by some treatment providers. It's an opportunity to meet some really great people who are doing great things in the treatment arena, who are trying to help people. So I'm excited to go there. For the next 4 days, I'll be at the Moments of Change conference in Palm Beach at the Breakers. Again, to get involved with the community, find out what's going on, who's helping people, right? And that's what it's about, having a reason to get out of bed in the morning. So listen, figure out what it is that makes you get out of bed in the morning, and do that, and keep doing it, and keep working at it, and keep trying to motivate yourself to do more. So anyway, I appreciate you listening to my videos and watching, talking about the things I do, and I always appreciate the input that you guys give me on those on the Facebook comments. It really motivates me. So thank you. Have a good rest of whatever is left of your weekend, and I will talk to you all soon.